small village, and a group of dudes pulled up in a truck, and as we were doing an open air preach, and they saw us preaching, and after we were preaching, I went up to them and asked them if they wanted prayer for anything, and they definitely didn't want anything to do with it. So we kept praying for people around, and they saw us doing that, and so they ended up calling me back, wanting me to pray for him. So this guy's arm was badly injured, and so I just laid my hand on it and asked Jesus to heal it, and Jesus did his thing.
One of my more impactful moments of outreach came during our time when we worked with the girls in the bars in Chiang Mai during the red light district there. And typically teams who go there will work with girls who are there by choice, which means that they just don't think they have any options. But I was actually introduced to a girl who was actually trafficked in from Cambodia, and she was held there against her will. And through the grace of God, I was able to get a lot of information out of her about her life and her situation there. And we were then able, again, by God's timing, to pass that on to people who are now actively involved in getting her out, and getting her out back to safety and back to her family.
Teaching at a school in Bangkok for preschoolers, and we're in the classroom teaching English, and I look over to the side in another room and see a kid crying on a bench alone. So I go over and sit next to him and just try to be Jesus in a situation where he was very uncomfortable, and just try to bring him that comfort. And so I sit down and put my arm around him, and he's not very receptive of me at first, but eventually ends up in my arms. And then eventually pees on me. And so being able to be Jesus in the situation to this little guy was just like very liberating, and perfectly reflective of like my relationship with Christ.